Sons of the Forest. Remote Island, you find yourself in a cannibal-infested hellscape craft build and struggle to survive alone with friends. In this terrifying new open-world survival horror simulator, yes guys, the Sons of the Forest is a sequel to The Forest. This is one of the biggest indie games ever made. This actually I think kinda crashed Steam when it launched. There was that many people trying to download it was just nuts. I could not clear for a couple of hours. In fact, about 3 hours or so before I got to the game, I'm currently playing in the single player cooperations and with 5 other people, so I'm trying it in all of this kind of aspects. That's why this review has taken a long time. I have got about 18 hours in it now over the 3 games, but I'm switching between games just to see how it is. And I have one thing to say, folks, apps at early access, so obviously it's got buggy, but it's very buggy seriously. But first up, let's have to look at the graphics. There's a few things you can twiddle and tweak to get the best out of this game. On your hardware, I find that it runs pretty well on Mi 2018's i9. Jesus in 2 of the games he's got 1070s and it's not running as great, but it's still very playable. There are some crashes now and then, very rare. I had one thinks she has a couple and there's a few frame drops that are not very nice, but you don't get a lot of them. I'm not getting I'm getting a couple now and then, but not really that many, but I have read that some people are struggling to run this game at any decent frame rate, so bear that in mind. If you are gonna buy, I should point out as well that as you watch this video you might see a little bit of a fishy effect as I'm trying that because I have a rocket flow up to 900. It has a fourth side of this game, as full game shoots the first person. That's what does that how the game starts. Of which helicopter does crash, and there is a few different places you can crash. On the map it's a big open world map. That's not big, it's not that big actually. I thought it would be a lot bigger than this. But it's still a fair size, but you can jump across from one side of the other in a couple of days. So it is not too bad. It has seasonal weather as well, so you go through the season, and it has a day and night cycle. Obviously, if it gets through the seasons, it has that, and the graphics look fantastic. Honestly, this is one of the most beautiful indie games I have played. In fact, apart from Valheim, I think this is probably the most gorgeous looking game ever. But it's just not quite that immersive feel graphically that Valheim gives you when it missed coming in, but it's still a beautiful game. Now you are crushed, like I said, on their helicopter, and you gotta find the billionaire. Like I said in the world, he is missing these various clues you found around the island, as secret bunkers where you can find key cards to go in there, and there is quite a few different things to craft. The Volvo holds the crafting system from the forest. I never really liked the forest that much. When you hear about Power 5 Hours, in it was not really, I did not like it that much. I like this a lot more, but I don't like the bugs in this. There is just a lot of bugs, but essentially with the story we have not even been following it. We are not bothered. It's a survival game, we don't care about this. I don't care, the guy lost, there should not have gone out walking. In the forest you made it mean not. Ultimately, we will finish the story, but at the minute we are just in building a base and just enjoying survival. It is really nice world. So let's start with my gripes with this game, the bugs in NPCs. You get the 2 NPC that I will have come across 2 NPC that our friends. They follow us around. There's a 3-legged woman with nipples. She just owns 3 arms as well. brings you dead squirrels, so to eat. Then gives you to the Toms. Yeah, you eat the squirrel you cannot harm. We give her pistol, which she did not use once, and just look killed all the time. So we took it back over here and we have Kevin of his another NPC.